set against an adjacent wall, not 20 yards away. So close, so far. The tall man forced Emily to watch him beat her father, partly to punish him, but mostly to terrify her. The tactic worked well. Emily hated seeing her father harmed, even more than she hated being beaten herself, so she complied. She had not known what a hostage was until she'd met this tall stranger. Now she knew precisely, by experience. "Back to work," he told her. Emily Goddard sighed quietly. She knew better than to push him, even in the smallest ways. Beyond the threats and the beatings, she had watched him shoot 2 other men while robbing a box truck, while she sat wearing a strange vest he told her would explode as she tried to run, killing her instantly. 7 years old, naive and trusting. From then on, she took the tall man even more seriously than she had before. "Back to work," he said again, his stern voice floating through the open town hall. With her head bowed over the table once again, Emily stole a quick glance at her father before returning her attention to the paper and the open book that she was copying line for line. 1. The guard standing before the armory door was young, late teens, early 20s at most. Average height, lean build, buzzed hair under his camo hat, smooth jawline that didn't yet require a razor. Barely a man, dressed as a soldier holding an M4. Just a kid when this mess started. Similar thoughts always struck Tom Thornton each time he walked down this particular corridor and saw this particular guard blocking the door. Hell of a way to spend one's youth. But he never said anything. He just smiled and tried to be friendly, without appearing blatantly concerned. "Hey, Tom." "Ryan?" The young man noticed the wolf trailing at Tom's heels, but as usual, made no effort to treat Buck like a dog. He'd learned simply to ignore him, as Buck ignored most people, unless they had food to share. "I thought you were done for the season." "So I hoped." "You love it here. Admit it." "You got me." The kid laughed and said, "One more highway trip?" "Not exactly." The kid paused a moment before saying, "One of the snipers just left, all loaded out. Another is still in there." "I'm not supposed to talk about it," Tom said. The kid smirked and nodded. "None of my business." "Nothing personal, Ryan. You know how it is." "I know." "You're honestly not missing any fun," Tom tried to assure him. "Yeah, I guess someone has to guard the doors and help peel potatoes." Tom almost said that being bored was a hell of a lot better than being shot at. Don't worry, things will get better. But instead, he just smiled. No point in trying to talk the kid out of his frustrations. No point suggesting things would get better when there was no proof that they actually would. Can't blame him. I'd be frustrated too. Tom moved past Ryan, opened the heavy door, and stepped into the armory with Buck in the lead. The door thumped shut behind them, sending a shrill echo into the long room. Dull overhead lighting cast uniform patterns of light and dark spots on the concrete floor. Rows of lockers for specialized gear on one wall. Aisles of metal shelving filling the majority of the space. One small point of natural light from a ventilation shaft. Echoed footsteps from the shadowed far end of the rectangular space. The small sound of someone whistling softly, a quiet little tune. Tom had grown to hate this place. If he'd been given access to it as a kid, he would have tossed and turned at night, knowing there is so many